What's going on, everybody? This is Clark Beckham. You're watching the Dean's version of the Idol Breakdown. That's right. I am at my office at Canada Christian College, which is where I'm the Dean of Music at. If you didn't know that. Anyway, let's get rolling. Haley Mia.
I'll fight it, I will transform.
I feel like American Idol gave us our first episode. A lot of great stories, a lot of good entertainment. It's the good old American Idol show we love. And then in the second episode, they just wanted us to know that they still have haymaker world-class singers coming through the competition. This was Haley for me. My favorite thing about her singing, because it's not just her voice, it's how she uses it, is how patient she was with the notes that were coming out of her mouth. She didn't feel, it didn't seem like she was trying to prove herself, which is really hard because that's literally what you're trying to do in an audition. She was confident in what she was singing. She has every single tool of a singer that you would want to enjoy listening to them. She has, and to have wild versatility. She has beautiful tone. She has a lot of power. She can do runs. I feel like everybody almost can do runs nowadays. Big, beautiful, belting, strong voice. One of the judges says, is this the best person so far? Is this the best so far? I think so. I think that's the best singer I've heard so far. Yes. Next, we've got Dawson Slade.
May you never take one single breath for granted.
Oh.
I hope you still fish small when you stand beside the ocean.
I loved his guitar playing. His guitar playing was so good and smooth, you forgot about it. It was like a movie score to his singing. It just stayed there and moved and flowed, but you didn't notice it by itself. I had a little fight with the Groove Crew last night when I was watching this in the live stream watch party. Usually, when I'm the only one with an opinion, I humble myself and I say, you know what? I'm probably wrong here. There's something going on I'm not catching. I'm going to say that in this episode, there's somebody that's like that for me. And last episode. This one, I will fight anyone and everyone who doesn't think he's a 10 out of 10 wonderful musician, fantastic country singer. I fell in love the moment he started playing guitar and then he started singing. This dude is from Goodlettsville, which is like 15 minutes from my house. And there's so much weight behind his voice. It's annoying to me when the judges were like, here, let's do that again, except without the guitar. Without the guitar is not the problem. And then they're like, louder, sing it to that person in the back row. And then he got louder. And they're like, wow, I didn't know you had that in you. He didn't do anything different. He just sang louder. I thought we got all of the goods in the first part of the audition. His tone dynamics, how he would get raspy, how he would draw out the right words, how he'd get quiet when he needed to, how he'd get loud when he needed to, other than when Katie's yelling at him to be loud. I love this. I could listen to his voice all day long. Everyone in Groove Crew, all of my members in the live stream watch party last night were against me. They're like, boring. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think it's a no. I'm losing. Are you kidding me? If I make this video and I'm still the only person who's in love with this dude and everyone in the comments is like, whatever, I'm going to freak out. And I'll fight all of you. I will fight all of you. Usually in the comments, I'm very nice and just like, oh yeah, what an interesting opinion you have. I'm ready for blood. In the comments, I'm ready to fight. If you don't think he's spectacular, I'm ready to fight. And 2, you're wrong. He's spectacular. Moving on.
And I write
Naya says, I'm a superstar. I had a couple thoughts about that. First, I was like, well, let them be the judge of that. Second, no, they're not the judge of that. You're the judge of that. And then I started just debating with myself on those two ideas. And it's good to come in believing you're a superstar. I don't know. There's just something about the way she said it. I rolled my eyes and I was like, all right, let's see. And I think it's because when you audition for the show, when you're in line, especially in the early stages, everyone thinks they're going to be the next gigantic, big, huge pop star. And the people who are just there and aren't giving off that energy, like I'm going to be the next Ariana Grande, are typically the ones you have to look out for. Typically the ones that are going to do well. And the people that already are doing their docuseries on their phone about their rise to stardom in line typically don't make it past the first round. So maybe there's that for me of just personal, my memory of people that said stuff like that all the time and weren't any good. Now, Naya does not fall into that category because she's super duper good. She missed a bit here and there, but 80% of her singing was spectacular. Really strong, pure belt. I can see why she thinks she's a superstar because there's some diamond golden stuff there vocally. However, she's missing about 15 to 20% of her notes, whether it's pitch or her belting feels yelly, and I didn't hear any missed runs, but there's just some little misses going on. She's got to know about it. People don't tell her because it doesn't come up, because she'll do something where she misses a bit, but before she even finishes that breath, she does something that outshines that's spectacular. So people don't talk about that or think about that, and they just react to the stuff that shined. Winners, people who go super far, nail performances. Not almost nail it, but actually do. And she's got it in her. She's got to focus, maybe reel it in a little bit. A lot of potential there. Next is Roman Collins.
Moving in the right direction, he's living just enough for.
The judges were goofing off before, and I've always been of the mentality that the judges goof off so they can be funny for camera. And then Luke said, by the way, Roman, we're being idiots to help you not be so nervous. So I was part of auditions myself, like in college and stuff, for choir, singing ensembles, where I was in the panel. And I remember doing that same thing. People would come in and they'd be nervous, and we would just, I don't know, we'd say a stupid joke, make fun of each other. We would do something silly just to try to make them relax a little bit. So that's an element of the judges' shenanigans that I think I've left out and haven't given them credit for, is that sometimes they're trying to be funny for camera, but I bet a lot of the time they're just trying to be silly to get that person to not be so nervous. The irony is, if there's one person that probably didn't need any help being comfortable and relaxed singing, it would be Roman. Roman is a stone cold killer. He can do all the runs you can think of. His tone is authentic and sincere. You feel like he wants to hear you out and listen. Like, you feel like he's a good listener the way he sings. Isn't that weird? It's just the way his tone is and his facial expression. It feels like you could just spill all your secrets and he would be like, absolutely, I totally understand. He has this element about him when he sings. Here's the only potential problem. If he can only take it to church, he's going to be limited, because he could take it to church. But is he going to do that for every single song? Because then that's not a pop singer. That's not an American Idol singer. That's a gospel singer. Now, American Idol has crossed many genres. Winners have gone into country. Winners have gone into pop. Winners have gone into rock. I guess winners could go into gospel music. But with the repertoire that is typical to American Idol contestants as they go through the show, I don't know how long he can make Take It to Church, Go Gospel, Sing the Runs, Come On Somebody, every song. I hope he's around as long as possible because he's a blast to listen to. But I don't know if he can go gospel every time. Katie said, I'm going to give you some critique. This is great. She said, show us different parts of you. I'm so glad she said that. And I hope he heard her. And I hope he really takes it to heart. Because just doing the same old thing over and over again, I don't think is going to work. We have a Groove Crew member that reached out to me in the live stream last night and told me that she did the vocal foundations course that I talked about. I actually recorded that course right here in this chair in this office. That's still up for $49.99, and it teaches you how to fully optimize the voice that you have right now. Our vocal cords are something really special. Everything supporting them is 80% of how to utilize those vocal cords. 20% is actually utilizing the tone and the way you can use your vocal cords. Everything else is breath, is mental. So much of singing is mental. This really takes you step by step how to master all of those things so the voice that you do have is the best it can possibly be right now. This is one of those courses where you take it and immediately after you're better, a lot better. Let's keep going. Noah Peters.
Dry your eyes, I will find your fire.
Noah Peters, the barber singer guy. Beautiful voice, wonderful tone. Maybe my favorite tone of any guy so far of the season. Could do some runs. Had a soft one, but we all do that. That's okay. He didn't miss it. It just wasn't a sharp run. And if he's listening to this, I guarantee he knows the run I'm talking about because those are runs that haunt singers that can do those typically, speaking from experience. So I'm not worried about that. I have typically liked the judges' shenanigans, little comedic relief. I didn't like this one. Colin Stow coming in. It was good to see Colin, but I thought it was a lot. I have a barber's chair. He sits down. I thought it was a little much, but Noah, I like him a lot. Emmy Russell.
So I took a trip around the world to hold the hands of orphan girls.
Emmy Russell is Loretta Lynn's granddaughter. My dad played for Loretta Lynn. Just a little bit of trivia, little Kevin Bacon connection there. 3 degrees of separation. I guess just 1 from Emmy and I. And 2, doesn't matter. Someone will tell me. She sang the song Skinny that she wrote about eating disorder. Oh my gosh. When she said, I hate the way God made me. God, I hate the way you made me. Oh man, what a grenade and just like shrapnel into our hearts. I personally love songs, write them myself, about really hard things to say out loud. And this is one of them. Great song, great singer. And boy, when she started saying her name and how old she was, and she's from Nashville, Tennessee, when at the end, when she said it again, and then she started crying as she got the golden ticket, I'm getting chills right now. When she started crying, so did I. Love to see where she goes moving forward. I hope that she can go far. We'll see, because sometimes a singer-songwriter can have this really wonderful audition moment, and then afterwards, when they get to Hollywood and they have to do covers and the duets and all that can get lost. Hopefully that's not the case for Emmy. Ziggy.
Lord, show me the way to get through this worn out letter.
Big voice, big personality. I was with Luke at first when Luke said, man, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I'd have been like, who's this crazy person? I still had that initial like, whoa, that hair, those clothes, he's dancing. Who is this guy? And when he started talking more and we got to know him and the judges pressed in a little bit deeper emotionally and they heard him sing. Dude's a beast. He's got a great voice. He's just a ball of energy and joy. I think he's going to infuse a ton of that into the show and consequently into all of our lives. I'm very excited to see him in Hollywood Week. But make no mistake, apart from the hair and the glitz and glam and all of those things and the personality and how bright he is, the dude's a singer. He is a singer. Has a huge voice. He can get, it seemed like it got away from him a couple times. Some of that can just be excitement when he was just like digging into the ground and stomping and moving. That's okay. My mom, everyone was like in the live stream watch party, they're like, that's a little much. I mean, he needs to tone it down. And my mom was like, I don't think he can. I don't think he has that option, which is a great point. And if that's the case, then don't change anything, in my opinion. Because if you feel it and it's honest and you can't help yourself, it's always right, in my opinion. That being said, you do have to have a little bit of discipline to make sure the vocal is delivering as best as you can deliver it. But then you could make the argument, even mistakes, if they're honest and real, coming from real emotion and energy, are better than taking that energy and emotion and authenticity away and then singing perfectly. So I don't know. Those are just my thoughts. Now, why would I tell you to like and subscribe? We did pretty good last week. The more that you hit the like button, the better this video is going to do. Not just the better as in like, oh, look, it has more likes now. No. YouTube responds to things that get more likes, especially early. So if you're watching this Monday, February 26th or the 27th, your likes, your thumbs up are worth like triple what a typical thumbs up would be, because YouTube's going, oh, wow, this just came out and it's getting likes. The like to view ratio is high. So it's going to boost these videos. I don't have a marketing budget. Idol does not support this. This is all you guys and all the YouTube algorithm. So one way we can do that easily is to like it. Same thing for subscribe. The more subscribers I get, that really helps all the videos that I make, not just these, but like news videos, things that come out during the week, any reaction videos I make. Notification bell is if you really want to know as soon as the video comes out, make sure that you're there watching it and that you don't miss anything. That's what that's for. Also, I've mentioned members all the time, like a bunch of times this episode. I talked about the live stream watch party last night. I live stream myself watching American Idol. And for members, Groove Crew members, which you can be, you get access to that. So it's members only, and we all watch together, and then we talk during the commercials. If you would like to be a member, it's $5 a month, and you can click join in the bottom right-hand corner of this video. You'll see it below this video. Okay? Okay. Justice.
Your daddy's rich.
I felt like Justice was giving us, at times, a bit of a Fantasia impression. But overall, she killed it. And for some reason, it did nothing for me. I was expecting to have a reaction video to show you guys of me freaking out. But to be honest, I didn't respond emotionally in any way to this audition. And this is one where I literally wrote, what's wrong with me in my notes? Because she did everything right. She was tenacious when she was singing. She was focused. The notes were great. Range, dynamic, power. Nothing for me. Just. And then Chanley was like, maybe you wanted it to be emotionally connected. And it's true. And I think that actually might be the nail on the head. Because she sang her tail off. Sang the mess out of that song. But when I heard her sing that song, I don't know what that song's about when she sings it. When you're singing a song, you need to make the people that are listening to you believe with all of their heart that you're actually going through the thing that the song's about. I don't even know what the song was about, much less believe her that she meant what she was singing. I think she meant the notes. I don't think she was connected otherwise. Maybe she dials it in later emotionally. I hope so, because that's an easy fix. It's really just being emotionally connected to what's going on and then perform with all of that talent that she has through that filter and superstar. So hopefully that happens. Katie.
My corn jaw. I don't know much, but there's no weight at all.
Ooh, I really liked Katie. Really liked Katie. And oh my gosh, her sweet, wonderful dad. How excited was he? I want her to win the whole thing just to watch him respond to his daughter winning American Idol. She had, I said this for someone else, but she had this more than anybody. Tone dynamics. She not only had a sweet, soft tone, she had a bite when she wanted it. She could get gritty. She could bring the rasp. She could sound sad, sweet and soft. She could do loud. She could do mad. All these different tones. And they were strung together so well with each line. Each line could have had 4 different tonal elements to her voice, or timbre elements to her voice of just... And she sang like her voice was going through molasses, which feels like it's like a version of Pocket. Pocket is when you're just behind the beat and it really feels good rhythmically. Singing like that, putting a lot of weight on your words and meaning them as you sing them, kind of like that, gives that same effect and power and drew me in. And she's a tone monster. Her tone is what is winning her that audition. And she's got a great belting voice and got a ton of power. Abby and Sam.
What about us? What about all the times you said you had the answers?
Are you a lead singer or a guitarist?
I'm a lead singer.
Have a time of your life, my dear. I hope you find what you're looking for.
This was interesting. Abby was great. Her big stuff was great. When she was good, she was good. Her verse, things that weren't big belting stunt notes, lacked quite a bit, I think. And she was cutting some notes off at the end of her phrases for my taste. Katie referenced that too. That's an easy fix, by the way. A lot of it is just mentality. You got to think of every note in the entire song as your favorite note of all time. And if you think of the big notes as your favorite, the other ones will kind of get neglected. That's an easy fix. If she literally just heard someone say that to her, she could turn that around. All you have to do is fall in love with every note, and that kind of fixes itself. Then her accompanist, Sam, Keiko, gets asked to sing. I bet the producers, I don't know, but I could totally see the producers finding out that he could sing, hearing him sing, maybe not in the producer audition, but maybe social media or something, and then saying, hey, by the way, his accompanist is a lead singer of a band, get him to sing too. And then he did, and he was great. He was good. He is definitely like a Reliant K, Coldplay lead singer guy. He's got the songs, man. Like, I love that song. Like something like you said you needed time to find yourself. have the time of your life, my dear. Go for it. It was very bandy, and I love bandy. I know it's a weird adjective, but I do. I love bands. I don't know if either of them, truthfully, will go that far because I think they're bigger powerhouse singers. I think Keiko, I'm just going to call him Keiko, if he comes out with some more just crushing songs and we're like, oh my gosh, what a song, and he's crafting these beautiful melodies behind it, then he becomes dangerous. But if it's just their voices, I don't think it's enough to take them far just on their voice alone. We have one more contestant. Before we get to that, I want to shout out the members. So these are the members that heard in the last video about the membership and said, you know what? I either want to rejoin because they were members last season, or I want to join and be brand new. David Bright, Arlie, Linda, Jim Henco, Tyler Feller, Lynn Reardon, Piano Susie, Ernie Finniff, S. Mac, Terry Beckham, hi mom, John 3, Michael Livingood, Thomas Godge, Kayla Strasser, David King, Philip Evans, Justice for Kyra, I love that name, Kyle K, Kayla Martin, Brittany, Alice Crenshaw. Thank you guys for being a part of the Groove Crew. If you want to be a part of the Groove Crew, you know how to do it. Just hit that join button, start joining us for the live watch parties. It's a great time. It's a good little community. Abby Carter.
I don't know how to feel someday.
Shoo-wee. They really built her up. She's got all the special sauce. More so than we've heard so far. That just X factor of, ooh, wow, there's something super different about her that nobody else has so far. Beautiful. Okay, my first thought, right when she started playing piano, I was like, dang, she sounds good on the piano. Then she started singing. I was like, oh, crap. She's going to kill this soft, falsetto, sweet version of this song. And I didn't think anybody could carry a whole performance just doing this soft, sweet falsetto thing. And she did for about 5 seconds. And I was ready to hear the whole song like that. But then she started doing runs that were sharp and crystal clear. I was like, oh, dang, she's got that too. Then she started doing some belting, strong notes full of emotion. I was like, oh gosh, she's emotionally connected, and she's got a range, and she's got power. Then she did this one note. She did it a couple times. Hayley Williams Paramore rocker high belting raspy note. My goodness, the coloring to her voice and her performance and how she, not just the car that she drives, which is a Ferrari, but the way she drives it. She is a world-class driver of that vehicle that she has. And they gave her the platinum ticket, which seemed like a duh. They're setting her up to, they literally said, I think we just watched the next American Idol. Could she win the whole thing? Does she have enough to win the whole thing? I usually have a pretty unsatisfying answer to those questions, which is anybody can win. There have been fantastic singers that have won. There have been very average singers that have won. Who's to say? She's got what we thought was special when we listened to all the other singers. She showed that none of that was actually special. It's like the difference between gold and a diamond. It's just, you thought you already saw incredible stuff, which we have. She just took it to a different level. She reminds me a little bit of Sophia James, who was on the show 4 years ago. She's special. The absolute best way to receive this show, this Idol Breakdown show, is to watch it right when it comes out, like it's its own TV show on YouTube, on the premiere. It comes out 6 o'clock Central Time every single Monday night. It's the night after American Idol. Every episode. If they start doing 2 episodes, then it'll be the next night as well. And then the cool part is right after the video's done, I will send a link that will take you to a live Q&A with me, just like this, where we're talking through everything that we just listened to in the Idol breakdown, things that you guys disagree with, fights that we need to have. You can do that in this live stream. If you're watching it right now, I'm sending the link. I'm putting it on a card in this video. Look in the live stream. I've pinned it to the top on the chat. Click it and let's go over to the live Q&A. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week.